Hello, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name's Kirsten, this is where I art and craft, and I'm doing my second video for the collaboration Best of British Junk Journaling. The hashtag is up there, and this is the penultimate one of the whole collaboration. So you can still go back and catch everybody else's. You've got the schedule up on the screen just now. So you can still go back and catch all these. You can find links if you click the link down below to Rachel's page on her website, that then it's just a click for all the links. So you can just click on the links. Kit until tomorrow at 40% off. The link for that is down below as well. Last time I buddied up with Mel from the treasure page. This time it's Nigella at Nigella Creates, and I think that's all the bits and pieces I've got to tell you. This is what I've decided to make from Nigella, and it's actually two things. We've got this belly band with its wee pockets either side, and because of the thing inside, I need somewhere to put it, and I saw this belly band. I thought, oh, this is so cute with the wee pockets and everything. So I thought I'll make the belly band to put it in. So there's two makes from Nigella. And this is the other one. And I was so excited about making this because this is an everlasting card that I've wanted to make for so long and never made. And there's the journaling space on the back with "Blessed are the curious." Because if you take the short route, it's upside down. But if you take the scenic route, you find your journaling space the right way up. Yes, okay, you could turn it round and then turn it like that, but what fun is that? So I hope you are going to join me as I show you how I made these. There'll be links to Jez's original posts down below, so you can go and see how she made them. All the measurements are on for her stuff. She does separate blog posts with measurements on. So if you're using different measurements from me, and there is a very timely reminder about the importance of measurements in this particular video. Let's just get on with it. This is the things I started with. These are the bits that were left over from the last one I made. So I've got some bits left over from that. I've printed this page off. This is one of the background pages, which is quite similar to the page that came in the ephemera that I made as my back page last time. But I'm going to use this page so that I can put this on this next page here. I can put this on here, as you've already seen. Make my belly band pockets, put my flippy in. Oh, I've always wanted to make one of those. I'm really looking forward to making. Right, so I'm going to put that on there, and then we'll have some more bits. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut this to fit that page. And once I've cut this to fit that page, I'll be back with all my bits and we'll start making proper. This is the page I've now trimmed that to fit, and I've cut it with deckled trimmer. And for the belly band, I think I'm going to use this bit here from the same page and use this for the belly band. Now the belly band is called Two Pocket Belly Band, and if you want actual dimensions, I suggest you click on the link below, which is Nigella's video for it. Details below the video, you'll get a link to her blog, which has all the details in it as well, including measurements, if you're somebody that likes to have measurements. I don't really do measurements, as anybody can watch me for any length of time will tell you. I tend to just go with the flow. So I'm going to, let's cut that, and I think I might use the decal trimmer again, and I'm just going to take that bit and we'll see if we can make it work on that there. I think we will. Oh, I think we will. Oh, I think we might not. We can always extend it with something if we need be, because there is another issue as well. Let me cut that out first. I have, apart from getting in a mess, I have cut this bit, and I've also cut this bit that was that bit there that was left up from there, because, where's it gone? Here we go. This belly band needs to go across here, and this isn't long enough. The way we make this belly band, pocketed belly band, is we start by folding this roughly in half. Then we fold this back to create a pocket. Now I'm just going to fold it back to there to create a pocket in here, but if you had enough, you see, you'd fold it back further and then do another fold. I don't have that, so I'm going to use this bit tucked in here to make the second pocket. So what I want to do is to burnish that down to start with, and then I want to stick this on there. I said there was two reasons, and one was that I didn't think I would have another long enough piece. The other one is that if you do it the other way, you end up seeing the back side, and I don't have it printed on the back side. So please go and have a look at Jezza's, how Jezza did it, if you've got a long enough piece, because this is just an alternative way of doing it. I'm going to ink round all this because I want this to stand out. Oh, but I was going to do something first. Ha ha ho. Right, I was going to do something first. And I'd forgotten. Let's just clean that off just now. So what you need is you need 2 strips of paper, book page. And you want to decide which edge of which strip you're going to use. I'm going to just take another wee bit off that bit because that's torn, and that's quite a big scallop. And then I'm going to ink along here. Ink along both sides because I haven't actually decided which side I'm using yet. And then I'm going to fold this kinda in half. I'm now going to straighten a bit the side that I haven't inked. And so there's a pocket in there and there's a pocket in there, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this over the edge here. I'm not going to do anything on here because I will be doing something to go in those two little pockets. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to stick this on here, so we'll leave the teapot showing and just kind of stick it on like that. Something made me look then, and it's just as well, because for some reason the phone stopped filming. So I've finished the belly band. We're now moving on to the endless card. This is one of the background papers, and I printed it. I already had it printed out on one sheet. I've printed it out on both sides of that sheet, and I've printed out another one because I need 4 6 by 3 inches. If you work in centimetres, then please go over to Nigella's site, Nigella, the link to the video down below. You will then get a link to her blog post on this item that has all the details on it. I'm not doing it in centimetres, and I don't want to confuse you by giving you the wrong centimetres. And I do apologise for the winter, well, autumn sun that is now causing havoc. We've now got to that part of the year when the autumn sun comes streaming in my window, which is lovely apart from when I'm filming. So what I've done is for each of these I've scored at 1.5 and 4.5, so it's 1.5 inches from each short end. So all 4 of them have been scored like that. Burnish these down properly in a wee minute, but before I put my scoreboard away, you want 2 of them on the mountain side, again at 1.5, just to draw a line down to the fold. So 1.5, and I'm using a white chalk pencil so I can just dust it away, and it will blend in with what is already on this paper. 1.5 down there. Don't lean heavy because you want to be able to get rid of that line at a later date, because you don't want it spoiling your finished product, unless you do want it to spoil it. Let me just get my bone folder. I'm just going to burnish all these down now. Right, so we have valleys and mountains, and what you want is you want your 2 mountains one side lying landscape like the mountains, and your 2 valleys lying portrait, and this is going to go on here and this is going to go on here. Okay, now you've done these lines and the 4 corners then, so below that line into this corner, below that line into this corner, above that line into that corner, and above that line into that corner. Those 4 corners are the 4 points which are stuck down. So I'm going to start with this first one, and I'm just going to do 1 corner at a time and stick it down so you can see what happens. So let's put that down there, and I've gone over the line, which I don't think you should do because then it's going to be glued somewhere where it shouldn't do. So I'm just rubbing off the line and that glue at the same time. There we go. And so you take this one and we make sure it is lovely and square into the corner, and I'm using a glue that will let me reposition if I don't get it in the right place. But that looks pretty good to me. let's just fold that back, just because I went that over that bit, and just leave that there. Let's try not to go over this time, and just go, there we go. It is kind of tricky if you're using a stick glue, so maybe don't. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Not to. So this is the other one, and this needs to go down on this corner. So again, I'm going to make sure I have this nicely butted up into the corner. Let's make sure that's all nicely there as well. Okay, and I'm just going to burnish these two corners down. So far, so good. Everything is lining up beautifully. Let's do these ones. You could use, if I fold that over, oh mind you, it might still, but if I fold it over and put it in there, then I'm not going to go that way, am I? And then if I get a bit of this and put it there, I won't go that way. There we go. And if I pull it from this side over, then that's not going to get the glue in the wrong place. There we go. Okay. And this one, then, so this is the top corner, and it goes on here. Let's make sure that's all. That just needs to be straighter. That better? That's better. That's better. That one there's a wee bit squiffy, actually. I've just noticed that it's not that side. That might need a little. Okay, and then we've got this last corner here to do. So let's just put this last one down. Whoops, that was really badly placed then, Gerson. There we go. That's that. It just needs to go up. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Here's the exciting bit. From this way. Okay. These are the bits that need burnished down because they were going the other way. Just burnish those. And then that goes up that way and round. So again, we need to just burnish these down. And then that's the final one. Let's give that a wee rub as well. I think that this in effect is the back that doesn't ever really get seen. And then that's back to the front. So that's dump, dump, dump. There we go. There's something catching slightly there. Alright, there's a little bit that's just overhanging. Can you see that? So I'm just going to, that's clearly, I didn't either, it wasn't quite cut straight, or I didn't cut it on a, stick it on as straight as I thought I had. It's such a wee slither it doesn't even want to cut off. But it's just enough to, there we go, just enough that it's catching it. I'm just trying to work out which is the front. I've noticed as I'm doing this that if you don't turn them over together, you know, you end up, like I thought that was catching, but it's because I've got this one up and that one down. So you've got to make sure you've actually got your bits. It'll turn, I think, easier once it's got the other bits on it as well. But actually there's nothing, although it looks like something's catching there, there's nothing actually catching. It's just because it's not moving at the same rate. Okay, so I think we've got front, then we have that one, and then that's the back. So front, don't know if I want that for the front. I think I'd rather have this bit for the front. Well, it's just I'm not sure about this line, but I suppose it'll be covered up. Oh yeah, let's just stick with this for the front. But let's have it this way up, I think. Right. So I've made my first everlasting card, but now let's need to decorate it. And what I thought I would do is, I thought I would put this in the kind of centre. Now what I have noticed is I can put it top and bottom, but the sides aren't the same, and I want the sides to be the same, so I'm going to cut a little bit off this edge so that this is square. That's better. That now square? Yes, that looks square, doesn't it? So it's 5 inches, I'll keep that. It's 5 inches square, and we've got 6 inches square round about it. I like this blue, clearly, but I'd just like to make more of a border out of it. So I am going to do some stamping. Now, although this is a lovely neat join, I don't want anything to maybe get down to the, because all you need is one little bit and it'll mark, and and I don't know what I'm doing inside yet, so I don't want it to mark. So I'm going to just put, I cut a bit of that paper 3 inches, which is the gap, because then we've got 1.5 inches. I'm going to use this stamp here, which is Patchwork Pieces CMS 270 from Stampers Anonymous. I love this particular set. I'm going to, I've cut a couple of these and to give me mitered corners, so I put that right up in that point. I'll stick, and I've got one for this side. Let's stick those down like that. That'll hopefully keep them both stuck on down the bottom there. Midnight stays on. The sun is not here, it is round about, I can see that, but it's not actually on the thing, so I'm going to keep going and recording for now. As the sun starts landing where I'm actually working, I'll stop. So let's stamp this across here, right along the edge of that. There we go. Oh, it's not stamped. Why is that not stamped? I'm never going to be able to match that up again, am I? Let's not even try. I forgot as well there's a gap at the top. So let's just do that. See, that's okay. It doesn't really matter. We've got a double thing, because I'm not even sure that double thing's going to show at all anyway. Right, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Let's go around the corner. So as we go around the corner, what we have to do this time is we have to lay that over the stamping. So it's less about marking it up with the point and more about making sure it lays over the stamping. This side is still about taking it up to the corner. Gap there, but love it, love it. It just gives it a kind of, it almost looks like a wee doily now, doesn't it? Just gives it a wee something, a wee something. So let's have that as the top. Let's put that on there. Let's clean my stamp. Okay, I've cleaned that stamp, and I'm going to leave that stamp set out in case I want anything else. I decide there's anything else that needs stamped. I'm going to use one of the other stamps on there because I just think that makes sense. And I'm just going to edge this in the same blue. You'd have thought I'd measured it and I didn't, but it does sit so beautifully in there, and I don't mind the fact that that goes up there because I just think that's part of it. Oh, isn't that just darling? Love it, love it. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this portion so that I can stick down this side, and then once I've stuck down this side, I'm going to cut it in half, stick down the rest of this side because I won't have it all stuck down. I'm just going to kind of do a kind of band like that, stick down the rest of this side, then stick down this side. So let's start by gluing along here. Right, so let's get this in the right place. Where do we want it? We want it, no, we want it just kind of up a bit. That better? That's all right, isn't it? Right, okay. Just burnish that down. So, because I really need to make sure this is dead right. And then what I'm going to do is, I was just going to, well, I think actually that's what I'll do. I'll cut it with my knife. I was going to originally cut it with a pair of scissors, and then I thought, should I draw a line and then cut the line, but I'm going to cut it with a knife, and that way what I'm going to do is, that's butted up to that, we need more than, so then we butt this one, so that's butted up to there, we butt this one up to there, and then this one, oh, hold on a second. So butt that up to there, butt this one up to there, and then you've got to take away this one without moving that one, and cut. And then that's a lovely neat cut there, and this will be a lovely neat cut on this side. But the first thing I want to do is I just want to stick down the rest of this one. So I'm just butting that up against that, matching the pattern. And now I want to open it so that it doesn't stick together. Jez gave dimensions, and there's not a thing wrong with Jez's dimensions. As I said before, Jez does fabulous dimensions. She even writes them down and puts them on the blog, so you know exactly what the dimensions are and what you're doing. Me, I followed her dimensions. Bit unusual. But I wasn't thinking, because it's not going to fit in that belly band I've already done. Why didn't I think of that before now? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remake this. I've been sitting here thinking, and I'm going to remake it as 12 centimeters. There we go. I've this isn't finished, but I have remade it. And I had that underneath here, giving it, and there's a dirty mark on it. Can't believe that. What's underneath here that's given that I'll need to clean all underneath there, because I use that for pressing down a lot. Oh no. Right. Well, this is the back. And I have cut out some bits, and one of the things I've cut out is the back, because I was going to put some journaling space on there. So let's just do that right now so that doesn't depress me anymore. Oh, I was going to do something before I did that. Oh well, I can't now. I was going to just stamp on a bit of one of the hexagon, one of the patchworks, because that's the thing you will have noticed that I don't have my stamping underneath this stamping any longer. It was going to be too big, and that was going to end up being quite small. I just felt it was too big for now, that size. But you know how to do that. I've shown you how to do that, even if that isn't what's happening here any longer. So in this one, I thought what I would do is on each of these corners I would stamp with this hexagon from that same, where's my little one? There it's going. From that same set as the long stitching, and I've measured this, and this hexagon isn't square, isn't the same height and width, and I've decided that what I want is I want it high. I'm just going to stamp this in each of the four corners, and I should have learnt from the other one and stamped this off a few times first, shouldn't I? That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, see, that one's not so brilliant, but it's okay. It's okay. What I might do is I might put a wee extra something in that corner. What I was tempted to do at one point when I was preparing some stuff was add some sari silk, and I suddenly thought, You can't really do that, Kirsten, because the bulk's going to stop the thing working properly. I should have stamped these off first, shouldn't I? Look how much clearer and better these ones are. I'm going to change what I was doing, and I'll come to that in a bit. But for now, let's get these ones stuck down. So this is one of the girls and a wee offcut I got from something I'd already done. And that's going to go up there. And I've already inked round these. And this is another one of the girls with a little offcut of that. Make sure I'm not putting this on something that's already glued. Now I've got these which we're going to go further on, but I'm just wondering now whether to put them on here. Oh look, you get a little bit of the thingy behind them. Still don't do it behind that one, but it just makes, and then I can stamp them in their entirety further on. Actually, we could cover up this one and then we could leave it with one on the other one. If we got one, let's because does it all need to, do all the corners need to match? I'm going to do that because I've just had an extra thought. And that one I'm really sad about. What my channel is all about, for those of you who've come by the collab, you must be thinking, see that channel, that Kirsten woman, that's what to learn how to cover up your mistakes. She makes them all the time and then she shows us how she's covered them up. Yeah, that's me. I thought I'll get myself, because it was dark and I couldn't film, and I thought I'll get myself ahead of the game and I'll decide what I'm doing and I'll prep some bits and pieces. And what does she do? She makes a mess of it all. Oh dear. And that's still too big. That needs to be made just a bit smaller. Right, so it's got that nice swag there on that, so that's quite nice actually. The trouble is now that this corner is so small, even these elements, as you know, I said how I wasn't going to be using the fussy cuts because they would be too big for this. Even these elements, we're going to be cutting things off. We're going to be a better size. Even these elements now are not a good size, but why don't we, just to give that corner a wee difference. There we go. Yes, right, okay. So that's that. Now, I haven't done these ones because these ones are part of this bigger ones here. And I've got these two for these. I'm going to put that one on there. And this one on, there's the, which way does it go around? See, that's the continuation of that. Let's put, you see now I'm wondering if I just do 1, 2 and stamp those two corners. I would go. Lovely. That's better. And then I'm going to stick, so I'm only going to use 2 of these. Which 2 shall I use? And then this is just a bit of cut out lace, because I decided, I was saying about I wanted to use sari silk and lace, and then I thought no, it's going to bulk it up and it might not work. So I cut off the lace out of the kit and I've used it behind, and then I just, this bit of paper, I just used a 3/4 inch punch to punch out a couple of, 4 circles. Now I thought what I would do is I would put, I've lost the mayoress here. This is obviously an invitation to the Lord Mayor and Lady, so mayoress. But I thought I would cut out from this one the Lord Mayor, and from the other one the lady, or I might just cut out the Lord and the lady. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think we'll just have the Lord and the lady. Like this, the Lord and the lady. Now you're going to have a wee hint that there's something else there when you're back here. But that's okay, because it's a case of, oh, what does that say? The Lord and lady. And then we have this back with some writing space, and I'm just wondering if I can still put a wee bit of this down here without it being, because I'd like to, let's just try, let's put that paper there. That paper there. I don't want the whole thing, just because I think the whole thing is going to be too big. A stronger print, but just down in the corner there. Oh, and it's gone over there because the thing moved, but that's all right. I can live with that. And let's just do the same up on here. I can't really live with, I can live with it. Come on, Kirsten. You can't. This near the end, you can't start it again. I'll have a wee look and see if there's a way I can fix it. It's a slightly different bit there. That's a clearer stamp. That's better. I got that one right. I haven't thought about what I'm putting on these sidey bits. We've got 4 sidey bits. There we go. So I've stuck those last bits on, and now we have our endless card. But I'm now contemplating, I think I want to put a couple of words on it, and I can't make up my mind between there's beauty and simplicity, which, no, not that one. Not all who wander are lost, because there's a wandering round, you see. Always take the scenic route. Now both of these kind of, blessed are the curious as well. These kind of all speak of, you know, the fact you just keep on going, you keep on going, you keep on going. Well, they do to me at least. The journey is the destination. Well, that kind of works as well, doesn't it? But I think I'm maybe going to go Blessed Are the Curious, I think. Let's do Blessed Are the Curious. What was the other one I was going to do? Always take the scenic route. And where are we going to put this one? Always take the scenic route. Do we want it on the front? I want to always take... See, I'm not sure I want it on this one at all. I'm not sure I want it on that one either. It does say something, doesn't it? It's easy to go like that, but instead of just going like that, always take the scenic route. So I think we're going to do always take the... I think we're going to always take and the scenic route. So let's just cut that in there. Just cut these colours off again as well. There we go. So always take the scenic route. And then you get here and it says, Blessed Are the Curious. I think I'm just going to put it down in this one, so because the way we read, that's then the very last thing that you would see. That the way most of us scan is the way we read, so it'd be the last thing you see as you go around and do it all. So, and you can also see I did get the glue rubber and managed to lift a little bit of that ink off. So finally got there. Here it is in its little belly band. Always take the scenic route past the charming girls, past the lord and the lady to your journaling spot. And we've got it tucked in this belly band. Oops, what's happened there? Oh, I caught it on the page edge. And here we have this wee belly band with this little tea bag scrap notepad, a mini version, which was part of the collab earlier on. This page trim edge, which was part of the collab earlier on. And this is just a tag made with a bit of scrap with some little butterfly stickers on it as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed all the makes. Please don't forget to see Rachel's final video tomorrow. But until next time, you take care. Thank you so much for watching. Keep crafting. All the links are down below. And please, if you're new to me and you want to keep seeing me, remember to hit that subscribe button. Easiest way to know when I post something new. Bye.